Bruce Wayne may not look it, but the billionaire Bonebreaker just turned 75 years old. He's only been swinging through the interactive space for a third of that time, but there was enough on his hit list to pick 10 titles we can still enjoy today. Batman's been in games where he punches people, drives the Batmobile around, or actually solves crimes. And it hasn't been until recently that certain developers have finally figured out how to make him truly playable. From Lego to Arkham, these are the 10 Batman games worthy of being knighted.
Number 10. Batman: Return of the Joker.
Known as Dynamite Batman in Japan, Sunsoft's second NES outing with the hero of Gotham City certainly focused more on action. Instead of hand-to-hand combat, Sunsoft's Return of the Joker focuses on an arm cannon that allows you to blow away enemies Contra-style with various power-ups to change the patterns of your projectiles. Some levels even let you don a jetpack to rocket through tunnels, dodging obstacles and shooting waves of drones. In other words, it's not much like Batman at all, but it's still a decent enough game to get on the lowest rung of our list.
Number 9. Lego Batman: The Video Game.
Batman has squared off against dozens of his comic book rivals, but the first Lego Batman finally let players commit themselves to Arkham Asylum and take control of the majority of the Dark Knight's rogues gallery. Fresh characters was something the game was in desperate need of, given that they adapted to the franchise's usual hero swapping by giving Batman and the Boy Wonder various full-body gadgets. With the mighty scope of your standard over-the-top Lego extravaganza, it's one of the biggest Batman missions ever made.
Number 8. Batman: Vengeance.
The Batman animated series is widely considered a classic and essential for anyone who likes to visit Gotham City. Vengeance thrives by being part of the same continuity set between the events of the New Adventures of Batman and Justice League. Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill reprise their roles as Batman and Joker in what would essentially be a precursor to a much more realized vision later down the line. It's the closest anyone's come to recreating this iconic animated universe in 3D, and it's a fitting tribute to the legacy of that amazing show.
Number 7. Batman.
Though the original NES Batman game took inspiration from Tim Burton's live-action adaptation, just look at these awesome in-game cutscenes, there are quite a few deviations. Many of these changes were in service of delivering a better gaming experience, while others might shock longtime fans. Players fought all sorts of bizarre enemies while utilizing a wide array of Batman's gadgets and the ability to wall jump to scale platforms, which made it feel a bit like another classic NES game, Ninja Gaiden. While much of the in-game locales and foes seemed alien, it did wrap up with a showdown against Batman's arch-enemy, the Joker. However, Batman breaks a very important rule of his in the game's closing moments, though we have to admit it felt good to cross the line just once.
Number 6. Lego Batman 2: DC Superheroes.
Batman's second plastic outing is a notable step up from the first. The grunting pantomimes are traded out for true voice acting, there's a large open world to explore between story chapters, and you get to run over random citizens in the Batmobile. Using characters' abilities to scale the rooftops opens up the sense of discovery, and you get to visit iconic spots like the Batcave and Ace Chemical Plant. Throw in a full range of notable and obscure Batman friends and allies, including Justice League pals like Superman, and there's a lot for fans to have fun with.
You like missiles, Batman? Because I think they're going to like you!
Number 5. The Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Despite not featuring the voice talents of the series cast, The Adventures of Batman and Robin does an admirable job of capturing the essence of the fabled cartoon with its visual presentation. Each stage lets you relive memorable episodes from the series, like fighting Joker on a roller coaster or battling against Poison Ivy's man-eating plants, all with the classic soundtrack setting the mood. The main highlight, however, was navigating the Riddler's Minotaur maze from the episode If You're So Smart, Why Aren't You Rich?, the classic origin story of Batman's longtime enemy.
Number 4. Batman Returns.
Adapting the music, action scenes, and even lines of dialogue from the 1992 Tim Burton Freak Show, this side-scroller definitely exceeded expectations. It doesn't do anything exceptional when compared to franchise cousins like Final Fight or Streets of Rage, but it's immensely playable. Throwing characters into the background, smacking clowns into each other, and drop-kicking skeletons off of motorcycles attempting a drive-by were some of the more satisfying moments. A version from Sega landed on the Genesis the same year, but we prefer the Super Nintendo release. And Batman returned to beat up the NES and Lynx as well.
Number 3. Batman: Arkham Origins.
Perhaps it came out too soon after Arkham City, or maybe it was because Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill didn't reprise their legendary roles. But the underappreciated Arkham Origins will unfortunately live in Rocksteady's shadow. That's disappointing, because although Origins didn't up the ante like City did for Asylum, it utilized all the systems that had been in place and told a compelling origin story worthy of the Batman mythos. It also introduced crime scene investigations, further putting you in Batman's boots and emphasizing what it would truly be like to be the world's greatest detective.
This is what I call a party!
Number 2. Batman: Arkham Asylum.
Before Arkham Asylum, few had heard of Rocksteady, so there was little faith the studio could make an outstanding Batman game after years of disappointments. It turns out the joke was on us. No prior game captures the Dark Knight as well. Arkham Asylum requires players to hone their detective skills, utilize a plethora of gadgets, and pummel countless inmates with a combat system so refined it's still being mimicked. Best of all is how well it realizes Batman's fiercest foes, with the Scarecrow in particular presented in all of his nightmarish glory. Rocksteady may have expanded its scope in future games, but we'll always have a soft spot for the original Asylum.
Number 1. Batman: Arkham City.
Arkham City and Asylum are so close in quality that the final two entries could be decided differently depending on who at GT has the day off. It's an argument of size versus style. City is bigger, but Asylum is more charming. In the case of this countdown, the wide-open environment helped the majority of us feel more like Batman than ever before. In Arkham City, we can fly over our hunting ground like a hawk, swooping down to smash crime into the pavement. Catwoman snuck her way into the playable roster, the plot is full of twists and turns, and side missions crisscrossed to simulate what a long night might actually be like for the Caped Crusader. It's the ultimate bat sim, and for now, the best Batman game ever.
Don't make me regret that.